how many of you have been to the Tuttle Club? One. So my name is Lloyd Davis, and I run a thing called the Tuttle Club. Tuttle, T-U-T-T-L-E. The name comes from the film Brazil by Terry Gilliam, which is and Tuttle is it's a cameo character with Robert De Niro, and he is a subversive plumber. He works against the system. He kind of subverts the system. Doesn't do the paperwork, gets in, does the work, bodges it up, doesn't care very much about that. He's in it for the adventure. He's in plumbing for the adventure. And I wanted to create, well, I didn't want to create this thing at all. I did it completely by accident, which I'm sure lots of you will identify with. But I kind of wanted to have people around me who identified with that kind of thinking. That you didn't have to do things by the rules all the time, that you could do stuff without doing tons and tons of paperwork and formal structures. So, what is Tuttle? It's a weekly meetup. We meet every Friday from 10 AM till midday. You're all welcome. Everybody is welcome. We've been meeting every Friday, except for when it fell on Boxing Day and Christmas. For 3 years. And we started just down the road upstairs in the Coach and Horses at Greek Street. Then we moved on to the ICA for about a year. And now we're housed at the University of London's Centre for Creative Collaboration up in King's Cross, where I also work as social artist in residence. No doubt the ponziest job title I will ever have. Well, unless they let me make up another one another time. Anyway, so we've been meeting every week. We have currently 20, 30 people a week coming along. It's been up as many as 70 or 80 people a week. That for me is too many. I don't know about you, but if I'm in a room with 70 or 80 people for 2 hours, I just go a bit mental. I'm a bit mental to start with, so it's not good for me. So although it sounds very impressive to be getting 70 or 80 people together every week, I'd much rather be having 20 or 30 people that I can talk to all the time. What has come out of it for me is lots of things. I have the job that I have at the moment because of Tuttle, because people came there and they saw what I was doing and decided that it would be good to have me as part of their setup. But we've also done consulting work together. I've got bunches of, I've been able to meet people that I like and I'm able to work with, so we do some consulting work. And I've done a whole bunch of social art projects as a result, and next month I will be travelling from the west coast of the US to the east coast of the US, only supported by my online social network. Fingers crossed, anyway. And that's all as a result of doing this weekly thing and just showing up. So, a little bit about how we started. When I started, the motivation for this was I was going to bloggers' breakfasts or coffee mornings or whatever. Individual bloggers, because I was interested in social media and online social networking. Individual bloggers would have a meetup in a coffee shop. They'd put on their blog, I'm going to be in Starbucks on Regent Street, come and meet me and the gang, and we'll have a chat. This is, what, 5 or 6 years ago. And I got increasingly frustrated with this because they would happen, but there wasn't any shape to them. There wasn't any kind of, we didn't know when it was going to be. It was quite random. And I liked the people, but I didn't necessarily always like them. Turn your phone on when you start speaking. Excuse me. I didn't always like the egos of the bloggers concerned. They tended to dominate the proceedings. So I wanted to create something that wasn't about an individual, it was about the group. And I wanted to create something that was regular, that you could just turn up to and know that there'd be interesting people, no matter what. And that's why I decided to do it initially fortnightly, but by the time when we did the first two, I knew that we'd got something that could probably, I'm just going to put this on silent, could probably run every week, and indeed it did. And so it is and has always been Friday morning, 10 AM, same place every week. And at the moment that's the Centre for Creative Collaboration. So the thing that I wanted to talk about, that when I was talking to Bernie about speaking today, was what if there's a kind of key to the success of that. If it is a success, and I think it is a success, it's not only a success as a meetup, but it's really a success as a kind of informal learning community. It's a place where people share stuff that they know and come to find out stuff that they want to know. If we are a success, then I think it's because of the things that I've pulled back from doing. It's the things that I've not done that have really helped it happen. And the first of those that I want to talk about is exclusivity. Lots of people say you've got to get the right people in the room. Now, the only problem I've got with that is I don't know who the right people are. And it's actually quite a lot of work to find out who the right people are. So I decided the way I'd find out who the right people were was I'd keep doing it, and the people who kept turning up would be the right people. And that's it. That's the way that we go. So I do say it's not for everybody. Not everybody wants to come to a thing and talk to geeks about the online social world. Not everybody's interested in it. But it is for anybody. Anybody can turn up. And you might well find that you have more of an interest, more of a common interest with these people than you think. We have artists, filmmakers, government people, PR people, writers like Al Robertson, who's just walking in the door. Informal educators like Tony Hall, who's sitting over on the steps there, ignoring me. We have, there are all sorts of different people. They have this common interest in how being online helps them do what they want to do. But that ends up being a side issue. People actually connect over all sorts of different things. They actually connect about what they're doing. You also don't need to be sure how it will all turn out. So lots of people, when I started saying it, they said, well, so where's your business plan? Where's your plan for where you want to be in 3 years' time, and 5 years' time, 10 years' time? What's it going to be like? And I'm like, I don't know what it's going to be like, except I know that there's going to be a bunch of people in the room, and they're going to be talking, and they're going to have fun, and they're going to do cool stuff as a result of what of meeting each other. And I will hold, my role is to hold that uncertainty, to say, we don't know how this is going to turn out, but it's going to be exciting and fun, and let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. So my role from the start has been to just turn up. I just turn up and I say hello to people I don't know. That's pretty much all I do. It really is. Allied to that, you don't